we're going to be touring a sustainable development built by the architectural firm Orthner and Orthner Associates. We're going to be walking through this space with a partner from the firm, Akosua Obeng. She's going to be walking us through this space. It's dominantly built out of timber. So she's going to be talking us through constructing with more sustainable materials and all of that fun stuff in between. Hi Akosua. Hi. Can you kindly tell us a bit about Orthner and Orthner, what you do there, and then this project that we're about to see?
So Orthner and Orthner is an Austrian and Ghanaian architectural firm.
Okay.
We are based in East Legon. We have been in existence since 2006 in Ghana.
Okay.
And we do a lot of sustainable design using local materials and trying to fit into the climate.
Okay.
That's our thing. We always try to fit into the climate, always try to use local materials because we think that shows the regionality, or it shows the character of Ghanaian architecture.
Right.
So this building is Tesano Lofts, and it's built for a client who is owns a sawmill in Samartex in the Western region.
All right.
So we used a lot of timber for the construction of this building. Mm-hmm. We love wood already, so we're very
happy.
Mostly have to convince our clients to use wood, but this one was like, yeah, I have wood. Use it. So that was really nice. So the whole building is wood except for the main structure, which is concrete columns and then slabs. It has a concrete framework because our structural engineer was nervous about the timber structure.
Okay.
So we have concrete columns and beams, but all the infill walls are timber.
Okay.
And the ground floor walls are earth blocks with earth plaster, as you can see.
Because when you look at it, it does not look like it's not the standard concrete that we are used to. It's very earth. It's very concrete, like
Earth 2.0.
So if you can have a look at it, it feels just like your concrete. You wouldn't think that it was earth in any way. It's really solid. All right. So can you tell us a little bit about this? So you said you plastered it with earth.
So it's earth blocks.
Okay.
So it's blocks, just like cement blocks, but it's this is made with earth. So they call them suncrete blocks.
Okay.
And then you lay them like normal blocks, and then you plaster them with earth, basically. But they how do you say, they strengthen it a bit with about 2% of cement.
Okay.
So the earth is more durable.
Okay.
And then they seal it off with a bonding agent, so that normally with our normal mud walls, when the rain hits it, it just disintegrates and needs to be maintained
over time,
all the time. But with this, it stays
the way
durable. Exactly.
So that's the earth is what is accounting for the reddish color that we have.
So we haven't painted it. That's
the natural earth. It's really beautiful.
Yes.
So the roughness and everything is from
just the earth.
Wow. Yeah. You would think you had put like a graffiato sort of finish on it, but it's just the natural earth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the earth. But it's interesting. I didn't even think about it. It looks like graffiato.
It does. Okay. So we can go inside.
Okay.
So look. Okay.
So this is the entrance. We call it the entrance pod. This can be an entrance sitting area or a waiting area.
Lounge.
And then it goes the lounge, exactly. It leads off into a terrace. There are 6 townhouses on this plot, but each one have their private terrace, and we use the landscaping to separate each house from each other. So when you're sitting on this terrace, you have the feeling of privacy, even though you are six in a row. So the landscaping is also an important part of our architecture, because we like nature and
sustainable living.
Sustainable.
Let's check out your little porch area over here.
So this is our terraced area. The floor is from our client.
Okay.
This is a product that they do, that they export. That has actually, this in Germany has a green how do you say, green certification, exactly.
Yeah.
So they have a sustainable forest, which we like. They have their lot is divided into 4 equal squares.
Okay.
So what they do is they log in the first quadrant until they are done, and then they move to the next quadrant.
Okay.
So then they go back to the first quadrant, and every tree that they cut, they log.
Okay.
And then they replant them.
That's
so
great.
by the time they go around and come back, those trees
have
are now grown, and then they just
that's really beautiful.
continue. So it's like a sustainable client, sustainable architect
that have come together with a sustainable
made in
product.
heaven. Yes.
Oh, can you please tell us a bit about this?
Yeah. So they make these tent structures to give like a light covering. We didn't want something really heavy and bulky.
Right.
So this is really a nice light way to shade the terrace. Yeah. Okay. So it's steel, and then it's like a tent. Canvas, not a canvas.
It looks like raffia.
Like a raffia material. Yeah. So it rains through it, but during the day
it
really
shades
cool.
you from the sun.
Exactly.
That's like the greenery, the use of the plants. Beautiful.
So we, like I said before, we use the palms to separate each
thing from
each other. Okay. And then because we like to be sustainable, we try not to use imported plants.
Okay.
So we try to use indigenous plants. So this palm and then the ferns, they're all tropical plants that are indigenous to here. I mean, the ferns, if you have a palm tree in your house, you see that it just grows naturally on the palm tree. So that we use a lot of the ferns and anthuriums, and these are the cane palms. So we like to choose indigenous plants. That
and
we don't
materials.
Like to import plants as well. As well as materials. Yeah.
A lot of developers don't focus on the greenery lately. They just build a lot of concrete. But I really love that you've incorporated these greens, a lot of grass. Yeah. It makes the space feel more.
Adds a lot to the space.
I mean,
we normally work with a landscape architect.
Okay.
Because it's so important to us that our landscape areas are, sustainable. We want to know the indigenous plants, and if you just walk to the plant shop, you don't know which
is which.
But a landscape architect can really specify and show you the indigenous plants. And with working with her, we've also learned a lot about what is indigenous to Ghana and what is imported and blah blah blah. So when we do small projects, we can specify the landscape on our own, because we've also now
come to understand
exactly which is local and which is imported, and we try to remain sustainable in that way as well.
Yeah. So over here you have your sliding windows, doors.
It's both.
So
so these are of course imported, because unfortunately we don't manufacture a lot in Ghana.
Right.
Our manufacturing base for construction is really small, so most of the time, most of the finishing items are imported.
Okay.
Now at least we have like a tile factory here, so that's great, and we hope that more people come. But at the moment, if you're building, 60 to 70% of the items are imported. Only if you are lucky, 40% are local. If you are lucky, we are lucky because for this building, all the timber is local. So we have a bigger percentage than a standard Ghanaian building. And because we like using local materials like ram dirt and stuff, we are able to increase the percentage of local materials. But on a standard building, it's really 70% or more imported material.
It's quite cloudy out right now, so we can't really appreciate the amount of light that your windows will let into the space. But then if the sun was out, I think we would really appreciate how much light gets let into the space.
For us, daylighting is a design element.
Sorry. Hey, again.
Daylighting is one of the design elements that we use. So it's very important for us, and it's also apart from it making the rooms nice to experience, it's also a sustainable measure, because if you have enough daylighting, you don't need to put on the lights as often. And so use less energy. So that also helps us to be more sustainable. But it's primarily a design tool to just make the spaces inviting and welcoming and nice to experience. So daylighting is very key. So we have a lot of huge openings
windows
on this project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. After you.
Okay, so because we now do so much cement block work, concrete work, the skill is gone for working with wood. So we had a German professional carpenter who we got from, they do a program in Germany where they take retired craftsmen,
okay,
and then you can use them on your projects for less than the normal cost of the craftsman. So we applied to that project and we got this German craftsman, and he helped us craft all the woodwork in this building. So he made this door with the workers at the client's sawmill. Okay. So that was another nice thing about this project, that we're able to transfer knowledge from this old German woodworker to the Ghanaian young workers. So that was really exciting for us as well, because we think every project should be an opportunity to teach the local craftsmen something new that they didn't know how to do before.
That's interesting.
So they're getting paid, but they're learning.
They're walking away with a new skill.
Yeah.
Now they can build these big doors that we typically import.
Exactly. Yeah. And the same with this staircase. It's really exciting that our German craftsman was able to do this with the local Ghanaian workers, because this is a complicated stair. It's supported only at the beginning and at the end, and then along the side. So to make it stable and to make it work is a lot of engineering. And this guy knew what to do. And all the fittings that he needed, he imported from Germany, and then he fixed it together. And if we go up, you'll see that it's really, really stable, even though it's basically cantilevered from the wall and from the top and the bottom. Yeah. So,
can you tell me a little bit about this? This is really interesting. What is it?
This is a steel screen that was made by one of our local workers. He's a welder.
Wow. Okay.
Basically. Yeah, so we designed it and we give it to him, and then he makes it for us.
Wow.
He's really amazing. His work is very neat. He's another product of the transfer of knowledge between Germany and Ghana.
Okay.
He's now on his own, but he used to work for a German welder.
Right.
So we like him because his work is so neat. When he welds, he tries to keep all the welds very smooth.
You can't see anything.
You can't see.
You can't see anything.
So that's why we use him. This can be a second living area. Or
just a quick sit down, a quick chat.
Sit down. Maybe you don't want to take somebody up to your private area. We can have a chat here. So now this building is not rented out, but when it's rented out, most of the guys in the other blocks use this area as a sitting area. They have chairs. Sometimes they use it for their children's homework area.
Okay.
I mean, they think of things that
so many different things.
Exactly. Which is really nice. When the first time I entered one with the children doing that, I was like, oh, okay. That's cute. I didn't think of that, but that's nice.
These pieces are also very beautiful.
Yes, so all our arts that we use on all our projects, we always try to use local artists.
Okay.
So again, we don't buy, we just don't go into a shop and buy imported stuff. So we work with local artists always.
E.O. Dati.
Yeah, and this is a young guy that my principal met when she came to Ghana on the beach.
Oh, so you have a central AC?
Yes, so we have a VRP system.
Okay.
So we have a unit, a large unit at the outdoor unit, one outdoor unit at the top, and then we duct it down to all the various spaces. It's also it's more efficient and also more sustainable than
individual split units.
It's a bit more expensive as well, but
in the long term, it makes more.
It's cheaper.
Okay. So, yeah, solar powered, right?
Here we are not solar powered, but we have solar hot water.
Okay.
So, but we have provision for solar powered for solar panels in the future if the client wants to add. Yeah, so that we have made provision on the roof, and then we've made ducts. The piping is inside, but the client didn't install it yet.
Right.
Hopefully he will.
Right. So we can check out your space upstairs.
So this is a collaboration between our local welder and then the woodworkers. Yeah, so they
built these
handrails for us.
I think your steel work looks really pretty from this angle as well, because
yes,
it looks very nice.
I mean, his name is Mr. Wood, and he
Mr. Wood with steel.
Job. Yeah, can you imagine? It's every time I call him, I laugh again.
Mr. Wood who works
Mr. Wood who works with steel.
Oh, so what's this here? Your window light thing?
Yeah, so it's just a light well to bring light
into the space, kitchen. Right?
And this is the. I told you earlier we have 2 blocks of 3 apartments and another block of 3 apartments.
Okay.
So this is the first apartment in the second block, and so we had the opportunity to make this sort of courtyard in the middle here.
Right.
So we use it to try and bring some light into the kitchen. We didn't open a lot of windows here because the next window is for the opposite apartment, so that he doesn't look directly into your home. Okay.
I like the way this community is a community, but it's so private as well.
That was the idea, to have community, but also to have privacy. So this level is the living level.
Okay.
So here we have the kitchen, open kitchen, a dining area, and then a living area where we are standing now. We like open plan living.
We can, it's very evident.
Yes, because we think it's modern.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your floor.
Yeah, so all our floors are wood from, again, Samartex.
Okay.
And this, they call it parquet flooring. So it's done by also another local guy, old local guy who's been doing parquet forever. So he came and he did this for us.
Okay.
When the first time I met him, I realized I met him when I was younger.
Okay.
So when I said my name, he's like, Mr. Obeng, do you know? I'm like, that's my dad. So, oh my God, I did the parquet in this house.
Wow, that's a bit, he's doing it for a really long time.
Yeah.
That's
so
interesting.
He did this for us. The wood is, of course, from Samartex.
Okay.
Very skilled worker.
Yeah.
So he worked with some of the Samartex guys to also
create
get it done.
Yeah. Let's check out your area on this side. So this is your living space.
And this is
wood.
The furniture is important, but this is from Samartex.
Okay.
Again, the Samartex workers made this, so it's like a natural edge.
Yeah, live edge wood.
Yeah.
And that's as well, and the dining table.
This side table, and then the dining table.
Oh wow, that's solid. Thick wood.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So when the kids ruin it, you can still sandpaper it and still have enough thickness.
Yeah. I like your lights.
Thank you.
Very low.
It's from an Austrian company called Planet. On our terrace here, we really like the outdoor-indoor living experience, especially in the tropics.
Glass.
Exactly. So, I mean, this whole wall is glass.
Yeah. So it definitely connects you to the outdoor.
So everywhere you are, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, you just have this view of the outside. So the screens are to protect from the direct sunlight. Again, because we're in a tropical environment, the sun is our main problem. Elsewhere is snow, but ours is just the sun.
Sunlight.
Sun and
the occasional rain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So these screens help us to cut down the heat load from outside to the inside. So instead of the sun hitting our glass facades directly, they hit our wood facades, and then the shadow rather falls on the glass and keeps it cool throughout
all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this we designed it according to the sun angle. So we leave open spaces where we think, because of the angle of the sun, it won't hit
it too much.
Glass, exactly. So
It also adds to your exterior, adds some character to the space outside.
Yes. So then architecture is always like you're solving problems.
By making it look
the
beautiful.
Solution, Solution also has to be pretty.
Yeah.
And this was also done by a local.
Oh, it's beautiful.
A local paint guy that we saw.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love the way you're blending everything. You're blending so many different cultures or different architecture.
That's us, Austrian and Ghanaian.
Exactly. But you've got lots of German in here. One big one
or two
over here, or two small ones. Yeah.
So this is the master bedroom's terrace. And you can look down into the garden and towards the Insanum Mountains.
It's beautiful out here. Oh, so your steel guy made these as well?
So yeah, our steel guy did the whole facade actually.
Wow.
So it's all over here, the top, all around here. Every steel that you see,
he made it.
He made it.
With the wood guys.
Yes.
I think this is my favorite spot in this space.
So this is our rooftop terrace.
It's beautiful.
If you have friends over, you want to relax and sit around.
It's like a vacation spot.
Yeah. And then we made this little room here for, you can bring, if the tenants want, they can bring cabinets. We've made provision for water if they want to bring a sink or something. So they can really come here, have a little
sauna?
kitchenette or have a sauna.
That is so cool.
So they can do it.
Anything.
It's just an open space with services, so they can do whatever they want, depending on how they want to use
to set up the space.
So it's very flexible. They can bring pots and plants and bring some greenery up here.
You know what I love as well? The space between the units, the little courtyard, is so beautiful. Lovely. It's really beautiful.
So this is the other window that I was saying that,
yeah,
you know, to not look into each other's room. This one.
Yeah. I really like the elements of privacy in this space. It's beautiful. So the facade now looks like a sort of cladding.
It's layers because it's wood. We have to do layers. So we have on the inside we have the plaster board, and then we have like they call it a vapor barrier. So it's like a plastic sheet.
Okay.
And then we have insulation.
Okay.
And then we have another board on the outside.
Wow.
Before we have this. Buttons.
Right. But even with all these things, it's still cheaper than constructing with concrete. With all these layers.
Yes.
It still is.
The build up, when you do the build up, it's still cheaper.
Wow.
Because with the wall, you build the wall, you plaster the wall, render the wall, so it's like it's not one.
It's also
thing.
a layer in some
Yes.
way. Yeah.
Exactly, it's also layered. Good point. So upstairs it's also
It's so airy.
yeah, it's really a nice
Yeah,
place.
it's
This
really
is
a nice
also
place.
my favorite
Yeah.
place. So we also have, all our service. I showed you the duct/storage
Yes.
area downstairs. That small room.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Oh, cool.
all the services coming up through that duct.
Yeah.
So we make a duct because if we have a problem, we don't want to be chiseling
Right.
and people's walls. So we know, okay, all the pipes are in this line.
Mhm.
So you open it and
That's
then
smart.
But here, because it's up here, it's not a how do you say, a room.
Mm.
So we left it open.
Okay.
But we could how
Can be
this is done,
closed.
it can be closed. You can
Like
put
a door, a service door
and
that you
then
just
close.
open.
Exactly. And then we also have other services here.
I love how you can see into.
Yes, it's really beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
So I was telling you about our VRV system.
Yes.
So each house has one VRV system serving it,
Okay.
and then you have water storage
Mm.
for each house. also
Right.
serving
So it
it
goes all the way down.
down. Exactly.
You like the timber? It feels like. It looks like Aqua Safari. Yeah.
Yeah, they also use
Use a lot of timber.
Yeah. So normally you would expect like this to be where repair guys, maintenance guys come.
Yeah.
And the main sitting area is in the front here.
Yeah.
So and also one thing that's also here is for the privacy, everything is always flipped. So
Okay.
these guys watch here. And
Right. These guys look on the other
Exactly.
side. That's convenient.
You can see Legon over there.
Oh wow.
And you can see the larger vista.
Hey, you can. Yes,
you can
right
really
there.
see
That's
far.
a very wide view.
Yes, we have really good
Far
views
view. Yeah.
from here.
We were up here and we didn't even notice that. We didn't even see.
Yeah, so this is
Floor.
the decking from the client's factory,
Mm-hmm.
sawmill, and actually the nice thing about it is two different types.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have the one
bigger,
with the
mhm.
bigger gaps and then the one with the smaller gaps.
Yeah.
And we mix them to create like a quilt-like patchwork
Yeah.
at the top here, so it's not just like a boring
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, to make it more interesting. And it's fixed onto concrete because the structure is concrete slabs and then columns and then with wood infills.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's fixed onto the concrete and then it's elevated a bit so that the drainage, because it rains, comes here. So the
Okay.
drainage goes under the wood and then drains outside. So, yeah. So the thing about wood, people are always afraid about wood because they think that it will rot and it will not last. But if you choose the right type of wood
Right.
and you treat it properly and then you don't allow it to sit in water,
Okay.
then it wood can last as long as a cement block.
Right.
Because if it sits in water, then the water
It
starts
starts
to
to-
rot it. Yeah. So that's why it's important to lift it up and allow the drainage to occur and then go away.
Right.
Yeah. So and these wood columns are from Samartex again.
Okay. And your
Yeah.
piping that you have painted to blend with it.
Yes. It's a
Yeah.
local company. They actually have it in this color already.
Oh right.
Luckily.
Okay.
So it just fits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it drains the roof
Mm.
all the way down to the ground floor.
Can we collect it?
Yes, you could collect it. You could collect it.
So do you reuse it?
What we have here is the Duraplast system.
Okay.
So we treat it and use it for irrigation.
Okay.
So we didn't. We also have a borehole
Okay.
and we supplement it with the rainwater.
Right.
So we don't use Ghana water on this site actually.
Oh wow. That's so convenient.
Yeah, so we don't get any water bills. Sorry, Ghana water.
Okay. So how many people can you host here?
So if
what's
you're
the
doing
holding
like
capacity?
a standing party, cocktail party,
Right.
maybe 40 to 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're doing chairs and stuff, maybe 20, 25 people.
Okay.
Yeah, so
This is because you don't have enough space downstairs.
downstairs, exactly, because we had sign constraints because of the number of apartments we want to put on this block.
Okay.
So downstairs we will have parking and then just small gardens in front of each house. So this is where we try to make up for that with some additional outdoor entertaining space.
Right. Right. But did you have any challenges constructing with wood, or because you're used to it, you've already learned how to navigate using it?
Yes. So because the client is somebody who works with wood, we already had some craftsmen who knew what to do. And then, like I said, we had this program where we could access this German professional carpenter, professional craftsman who came and also supplemented what the local craftsmen already knew and showed them, he taught them a lot. All the guys who have finished from this project are in high demand. Wow. Everybody wants to work with
because
them.
they will be able to do so much now.
Because they now know so much. Yeah. So
they should also train other people so that we get more skilled labor. That
would be the ideal situation. But I hope they also are working with other people. So I'm sure they will pass on the knowledge, and people will also learn from them just by looking at what they're doing. Yeah. So for the tropical environment, lightweight buildings are the key. Because lightweight buildings do not absorb so much heat. And like I said before, our main thing that we are trying to protect people from when we are building is the heat in this part of the world. So having a big metal and glass facade is not really, suitable for our part of the world. If you do that here for a house that people are going to live in, it's really not ideal, and you're going to increase their power energy consumption because the ACs will be always trying to counter the heat that's coming. So that's another way to be sustainable. If you shade your building properly, like this building is really, really shaded, the indoor temperature is always cool anyway, and then the AC just adds a little bit and then stops. Our buildings actually can function without ACs. Just open the window or put on a fan and you'll be actually be fine. A lot of our guys here don't normally put on their ACs.
That's great.
Which also helps us to get a smaller generator because everything is not it's well designed, so everything works optimally. So you can optimize the sizing of your AC, you can optimize the sizing of your generator. That also saves you money if you design the building properly.
That's interesting.
We always try to orient our buildings north-south, so that we avoid that east-west arc. Right. So that's on this building, we couldn't because of how our building is, our site is. So and that's one of the reasons why we have so much shading. Because we are exposed east-west. So we have to do a lot of shading to mitigate being in the direct path of the sun.
But it turned out beautifully for you because it gives you a really
my shading,
nice facade.
Sun shading is my favorite thing because it just it's practical, it's helpful, it helps you cool the building, and then it's beautiful at the same time. So it's my favorite thing. It's just my favorite thing. Because it's not a waste of money. It's decorative without being useless.
Purposeful
it's
and
not cosmetic,
beautiful.
Exactly. It's functional and beautiful
at the same time.
One of my favorite things.
So let's talk about your exterior space here. This has a very vacation type feel. Your decking, your greenery. This is just really beautiful. So just talk us through this space.
So we most of our buildings, I think, have a holiday feel. Because as I said before, we're trying to always make inviting, stunning places that give really nice user experiences. So on the outside, again, there are 6 townhouses on this lot, and we wanted to give a sense of privacy and community at the same time. So they have one lawn that they share, and as I said, upstairs we flip them opposite all the time. So 3 of them have their terraces facing this way, and the other 3 have their terraces facing the opposite way. So on this side we have 3 terraces, one here, one where we're standing, and the last one here. And we try to separate them with the palms here and here. So you see, we don't see
anything.
Our neighbors.
Feels like you're in your own little space.
Even though they're really sharing one lawn. And then we did a seating area for them. Opposite each terrace, you have a seating area so that you can enjoy the garden. So you can sit here or you can sit here. And we have like the technical functional stuff. You know, we have to drain the water and stuff. So we have our drainage going through.
Is that what the rocks are covering?
Yes, so we put the rocks in so that it looks like a
little rock garden type, but it serves a purpose. That's so clever.
That's our storm drain going through. Like, you know, it's also, if it's open, it just looks nasty. And people don't really take good care of it. So this is nicer. And we have some garden lights to highlight the wall.
It looks really pretty at night.
It looks very pretty at night. Again, you know, because you want to create that ambience and that nice feeling. So we are using every element that we have here. The lighting, the landscaping, the architecture, to come together to make this nice user experience, this inviting, holiday feel. You know, that's what we are trying to. We want people to be happy
when they come home.
Exactly. Look forward to coming home.
I would definitely look forward to coming home.
A sanctuary.
I definitely look forward to coming home. I like the way it's very full. It doesn't.
So actually, what you're looking at is our technical area. So our generator is behind this. Our water treatment system is behind this, and we have our garden store and stuff behind this.
But it looks so inviting. Like you would never think that that's what is behind that space.
So the apartment who's next to it may never know that
there's something like that there.
You just think it's a nice, green area.
This is so smart. It's beautiful. I love it. We can walk around.
Yeah, let's walk around.
Okay.
The nice thing about architecture is you design and you leave, and then the tenants complete the design, and it lives on because the tenants keep on doing things that you couldn't imagine, but it still, it fits. Especially tenants who love it, who love the architecture. So these are also tropicals. They're called heliconias.
Okay.
So each house has a little storeroom. So this for their garbage.
Okay.
So each entrance port, behind each entrance port, we have a place for the garbage, and then we have a little storeroom on the side. That's the store over here.
Okay.
So they can store their stuff that they don't want to have inside. So
this is very cozy.
So this is our parking area. So basically we lifted the building off the ground because we didn't have enough space for parking. So once we lifted the building off the ground, boom, parking.
And then this is interesting. What is this? So it's not like your typical pavement.
Yes. So it's paving. Typically it's
like that.
Rectangular shape, but we bought a pavement from a company that also does the half of that.
Oh,
so this
right.
is 100 by 200, and this is 100 by 100. So it's the same company, but they have different molds.
Sizes.
Exactly.
And then you arrange it this way for the aesthetics.
To create the feeling of cobblestones.
Okay.
In how you have it in Europe. So that was the idea.
And you have a giraffe. An in-house giraffe.
So this is from our client's sawmill as well. Because he's in the western region, he has carvers and stuff. So they make this. They also make these huge elephants as well. We only got the
giraffe
who has been named Spot
by one of the tenants.
Which is a befitting name.
Yeah. I really like this view as well.
Yeah. So
beautiful.
This is our courtyard in quotes. for
Lovely.
to separate the first 3 apartments
From the
second
other
3
3.
apartments, yeah.
It's beautiful. So let's see the yard space on the other side.
Yeah, so this is the opposite side of where we were before. Again, so we have 3, the other 3 facing this way. So the first one, you can hardly see him. because
Yeah,
of
the plants.
plants, and then this is the second one.
It's really like private.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't see anything beyond your own
Exactly.
yard. Your sunshade really works so nicely. It's lovely. Like
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
So
Oh, I didn't even notice how the glass looks against this. This is
Yeah.
beautiful. Looks like a little box.
yeah.
Ah, this is beautiful.
So Martin is our creative guy.
Ah,
He's the one
who comes up with these?
coming up with all these brilliant ideas, and we are supporting him.
I still can't get over the fact that these walls are not concrete,
No, they're
and
not
it's just
concrete. So this is the technical area that we spoke about.
yeah.
So we have again a place for garbage bin,
Mhm.
and then we have a storeroom,
Wow.
and then we have water treatment system and a generator.
Akosua, so we see that you have used rammed earth in the space. So can you just tell us a bit about this?
Yeah, so this fence wall design, rammed earth is one of the local materials that we like to use because it's so, you can do so many interesting shapes and designs with it. Also, because of the thickness and the properties of the rammed earth material, it helps with acoustics. So
Okay.
that the sound from the road is attenuated when it comes into our space here. So we rammed the whole front wall, and then it's also connected to the security house.
Okay.
Which is a mud block
What?
house. And with mud plaster.
Okay.
As well. And the entrance, we have, because it's a rounded wall, we have a coping on it to protect it. From the
Okay.
rain. So that's a steel coping by our welder. He did that as well.
Wow.
Yeah, he did a lot of
Mr.
work.
Wood is very talented.
Yeah, and he made this gate as well.
Wow.
Our entrance gate. So our technical area comes out a bit
Okay.
to this area, and we made this area so that the client in the future could put some seating there.
Okay.
And maybe put some code, the scan code, what do they call QR code,
Okay.
about the building, so people could sit
Right.
here, scan it, and learn about the building.
Interesting.
So we hope that he's going to do that eventually. So on the outside of the rammed wall, we put some wood cladding and some landscaping to make it pop. You know, the green
Yeah.
against the red is always
Yeah.
a good combination.
With the
And-
wood and the lights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we have parking for visitors over here,
Okay.
and we are trying to let our carpet grass grow before we, because we want people to drive over it actually,
Okay.
but we wanted to not have hard paving everywhere.
Okay.
So we used a different kind of paving with gaps in it so that we could grow grass in it. And this is our security house. So you see the mud. This is also a drain, and this is a drain.
I really love how you cover the drains. Makes them sightly.
Yes, yeah.
So this is just mud with mud
So
finishing.
mud finishing.
How much would something like this cost as a 1-bedroom?
Difficult one. I mean, maybe 40,000.
40,000.
40,000.
That's expensive for a 1-bedroom.
For 1 bedroom, I mean, how many square meters are we talking about?
40 to 50.
40 to 50 square meters, yeah. Well, if we're going low cost,
Mhm.
we could calculate with maybe $500, $600 per square meter.
Okay.
So it's 3 floors,
Mhm.
and actually the bottom floor doesn't take a lot of square area. It's very small. So I'm sure it's roughly, let's say 120 square meters.
120.
120.
Feels much larger than that.
It does. That's one of our things that we want to like show through our buildings. You know, lots of Ghanaians think that having a luxury building means having this large mansion-like, facility. But what we try to show here and also in East Legon Lofts is you can build really small and then use design elements to make it feel luxurious and make it feel large. And one of the tools we've used here is the double volume, like over the kitchen. It makes the space feel
much
bigger
larger
than it is. And there are a lot of design tricks that you can use to achieve that without building a huge, facility,
Because this entire project looks like it sits on maybe a little over one plot. How big is this? Just a little over.
Just a little over, maybe 1.5.
1.5.
Plots.
I feel so like there's so much you've done with it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we stole a little by lifting everything off the ground. So
I really like it. I see your pipe work is hidden in the wood through here. Oh, this is lovely.
So all the little ducts that I showed you, everything
is coming down here.
And then to go to the drainage points, then we distribute them under here.
But you still made it look so beautiful.
Yes, everything has to be beautiful. That's the architect's
beautiful
way.
Everything,
that's cool. Even when we forget something, we want to solve it in a way that it looks intentional.
Yeah, like Kobe was saying, everything here looks intentional.
And orderly.
I hope that you have enjoyed this video up until this point. Next week, we'll continue our conversation with Akosua. We'll be talking more about this project and its price point, how to contact Orthner and Orthner, how to work with them, and how old this property is, which I am certain is going to surprise you. We'll also talk through their upcoming affordable housing project, which is very interesting. They're using sustainable materials. So hopefully we see you next week. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and an amazing life. Bye.